everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another Instant Pot recipe. We're going to be doing chicken burrito bowls, and this is a recipe that I had found online. I cannot find the link to the original recipe for the life of me. I made it, I put it in my Weight Watcher app, so I still have all the ingredients in there and the instructions, but for the life of me, I just cannot find the link. I'll keep looking. If I find it, I'll put it in the comments below. But this one was actually a 21-day fix recipe, and it comes out to be 0 smart points with the ingredients. So the ingredients that it calls for are frozen chicken breast, about 10 ounces. I'm just gonna grab 2 frozen chicken breasts, a half cup of dry black beans, a half cup of brown rice, a 15-ounce can of no salt added diced tomatoes. I don't have those. I had fire roasted tomatoes. You can see that here. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use those. Those do scan at 0 smart points. We're still okay with that. It calls for 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1.5 cups of store-bought chicken stock. I'm going to use water and my chicken broth base and just mix up my own. So again, 1.5 cups of that. And then for our seasonings, it's calling for 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and 1 tablespoon of onion powder. So we're gonna go ahead and dump everything in my Instant Pot and get this recipe started. Now, since we're using the brown rice and the dried black beans, the recipe suggests, hold on a sec, let me get the chicken breast out of here without being too noisy. And chicken breasts are a little small, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw 3 of these in here. Doesn't really matter because it's just extra chicken, and that's going to be 0 smart points anyway. Move that bag out of our way so it can be a little less noisy. So I've measured out a half cup of dried black beans. I'm just going to go ahead and give these a quick little rinse. Should have done that before I started the video, but I didn't. So we're going to go ahead and dump some of those in your sink, as you just heard. Yay, real life cooking, right? Okay, so half cup of rinsed black beans. So we're just going to go ahead and dump that into our pot. I have a half cup of brown rice pre-measured out and rinsed. I'm just going to dump that in. My fire roasted tomatoes, I'm going to dump that in just as it is. I'm going to measure out my broth base. It says 2 level teaspoons mixed into 1 cup. See if I can. There's the instructions on that. I love having this on hand because it makes it so easy to make some of these recipes, because I don't keep chicken broth in the house. I don't use it often enough to work with it, so I'm just going to put 1.5 tablespoons in there, and I think that'll get us close enough. Gonna grab a fork really quick and stir that up. You can see it looks pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and dump that in as well. And I'm gonna pour that around the chicken into the bottom so that the liquid is sitting at the bottom of the pan. The black beans that I used were just a plain bag of black beans that I think I found these at Menards, to tell you the truth. And the Great Value brand of the brown rice. So nothing fancy, nothing special. I need to Get now 2 tablespoons of the minced garlic, and I like this one because it's a whole lot and I hardly ever run out. So 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. It's going to pop that right on top. I'm going to check my ingredients here really quick because I know there's one of them that I need to have a teaspoon of, or no, they're all tablespoons. Okay, so next up, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin. Just gonna measure that over the pot. Hopefully it doesn't come out in a big clump like it just did. I'm gonna dump some of that back in there because that's just crazy. And I'm trying to hurry up because I have things to do, so I'm just trying to hurry up and get this in so I can turn it on and move on to something else. Chili powder, 2 tablespoons of this as well. So that's 1. That's 2. And then 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Probably about what I have left in this container. Nope, a little bit left over. Okay. I will swing you over here and show you what that looks like. So that is all of our ingredients. I just have it piled on top there on top of the chicken. All right, I flipped the camera around so that I could put you at a different angle so that you could see what I was doing with my Instant Pot. And I plugged that in because I'm sure you didn't want a view of my big old head in your way. So we're gonna go ahead and put this lid on. If I put it on the right way. And we're going to let that tell us that it's sealed, because it sings you a little song when that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on sealing, place my little knob here on sealing to make sure that the Instant Pot comes to pressure. Hopefully you can still see. Let's see if I can swing it around. All right, that's good. So we're going to go ahead and press manual. You can see here, hopefully you can see here it says high for the pressure. I don't know if you can see any of that. I know it's it doesn't like to show up on camera. We're gonna hit cancel because I didn't stop long enough. So we're gonna hit manual, high pressure. We're gonna leave that at 30 minutes and we're just gonna go ahead and let that do its thing. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna come to pressure and it's going to cook at that point for 30 minutes. Once that 30 minutes is finished, then I'm going to let that naturally release. So I'm just gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to let the pressure out. So when that happens, I will hit the button, let the pressure out, and I'm going to pull the chicken out, shred it, throw that back in the pot, give it a stir, and then our burrito bowls will be ready. I went ahead and made some brown rice. I know there's rice in the recipe, but for some reason, for me, a burrito bowl, you need to have rice on the bottom, even if there's a little bit of rice in the dish. So I went ahead and made up some brown rice, and I may season that with some cilantro and some lime, and we'll have like a cilantro lime rice on the bottom. Okay, so I went ahead and made some brown rice so that I could use that as my base of my chicken burrito bowl. I know there's rice in it, but for me, I like to have rice at the bottom. So I made up a batch. I don't know if I probably just said that and now I'm repeating myself, but I made up a batch of the brown rice and I flavored that with just some cilantro and some lime juice. It was just a real simple thing that I made in my rice cooker. So you can whip that up. I know there's recipes out there. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to squeeze in some cilantro because I have that in a squeeze tube, and I'm just going to pour some lime in there and stir it up. So nothing great. Not really going to take the time to show you that. So our burrito bowls are doing its thing. So once that's done, I will come back at you and show you the next step. All right, our chicken is done. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the Instant Pot. I had already shut that off. I had a little mishap and had to run out, so I didn't have a chance to grab this out as soon as it got done. So I just let it sit in the Instant Pot so that I wouldn't have to worry about anything happening. I don't know if you can see inside there. Let me see if I can kind of bring you down a little bit. Let me see if I can pull that chicken out here. Sometimes I try to pull the chicken out and it just starts shredding up anyway. So it's already shredded in the pot before I can get to it. So I'm going to uncover that chicken. You see it's just falling apart in there. It comes out super, super tender. I should have one more in here. There it is. Try to get some of those black beans and the rice off there. And that black beans and rice just came out perfect. Bring that back here. Bring it over here. Scooch back. Drop a black bean on the counter. So I'm just going to go ahead and shred up that chicken. And then we'll throw it back in the pot and stir everything in. You see how easy that just falls apart. And then, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead. You can throw these in a tortilla shell. You can throw them on top of a bed of rice. However you want to serve this. I am going to serve it over a bed of rice because, again, I'm going to go ahead and throw together that cilantro lime rice so that I can have it and it'll be just perfect. Bring it back in here. Bring it back over. I'm gonna grab a spoon really quick and fluff up that rice. Hopefully. Get a little white in there. Can you see that? No, I think that made it worse, didn't it? Yep, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up. Since it's cooled off, maybe just pull the pot out. Oh, that's a little better there. I'm going to dump the chicken back in. And there we go. So I hope you give this recipe a try.